Maleficent, Mistress of Evil is the follow-up to 2014's Maleficent, which explored the motivations behind one of the greatest Disney villains of all time. Director Joachim Roning of Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales brings the magical Moors to life as we delve deeper into this rich world of which we've barely scratched the surface. We are obviously so thrilled to have the singular and magnificent Angelina Jolie back, again, as Maleficent. So please welcome back to the stage our eternal leading lady, Angelina Jolie. The relationship between Maleficent and Aurora, played once again by Elle Fanning, is complicated by Philip's mother, Queen Ingrid, played by the amazing Michelle Pfeiffer. In this movie, we also learn more about Maleficent's brethren, the Dark Fae, led by Chiwetel Ejiofor in the film. So, Angie, how does all of this change the dynamic?
I would never want to speak for them. So I think they should speak for themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. And now, from one epic tale to another, in March, we will bring Mulan to the screen. Thank you. In a spectacular new live-action telling that draws from both the revered source material and Disney's classic animated interpretation. Mulan's story plays against a backdrop of immense scope and scale. Shot against the stunning backdrops of China and New Zealand, we brought in hundreds upon hundreds of background actors to bring these spectacular battle scenes to life. Yet the legend of this great warrior is also a deeply human story of a young woman discovering her true power. And we have found the perfect director to tell this intimate character drama on a grand scale in Nikki Caro. She is here today. Please help me welcome Mulan director, Nikki Caro. Hi, Nikki. Now, before I go, I do have one more thing just for you. As we have explored some of these well-known classic stories from different perspectives, we've done only one that centers around the backstory of one of Disney's so-called great villains with Maleficent. That will change soon with Cruella. As we know her, she truly lives up to her name, but how did she get that way? And what made Cruella so cruel? Director Craig Gillespie and two fabulous Emmas, Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, will take us back to the early days of this notorious and notoriously fashionable diva.
Moving on, or should I say onward, to the animation studios. Since the first Toy Story, the brilliant minds at Pixar have delighted audiences with amazing worlds, unique characters, and heartwarming stories. The conductor of the creative teams behind these films is, of course, one of those creatives himself. He is the director of Monsters, Inc., and Up, and Inside Out. His name is Pete Docter, and he's a great guy. Is there a doctor in the house? Can't resist. Please welcome Pete Docter.
Hey, D23 Expo, I'm Pete. I have been up here before as a filmmaker, but not as the chief creative officer of Pixar. Yeah. 2020 is a very exciting time at Pixar because we have 2 original films coming out. That's 2 original films. And now I'm directing a film that asks the ultimate question that we've all thought about at one time or another. Why am I here? Where did I come from? And what am I here for? But, I mean, let's face it, who would make a cartoon about that? I mean, metaphysics? We're calling it Soul. So to help me tell more about the film, please welcome some friends of mine, members of our Soul Creative team, producer Dana Murray co-director and writer Kemp Powers, and writer Mike Jones. And now, we would like to introduce you to some of the amazing cast that are bringing our characters to life. First up, we want to bring out the drummer from the jazz band you saw in the earlier clip. The character's name is Curly. He will be voiced by Questlove from The Roots and The Tonight Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Questlove.
How you doing?
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Joe's loving mother, Libba, and she will be voiced by the great Felicia Rashad. Please welcome Felicia Rashad.
Hi, D23.
Yeah.
Hello.
We're also going to meet Joe's neighborhood nemesis, Paul. He's going to be voiced by the amazing Daveed Diggs from ABC's Blackish, and of course the Broadway hit Hamilton. Daveed Diggs, everybody.
What's up, guys?
As if these guys aren't amazing enough, we would like to introduce you to the voices of Joe Gardner and 22. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a D23 welcome to Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey.
Hi, D23. What's up? Jamie Foxx.
Let's move onward to Onward. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome producer Corey Ray and director Dan Scanlon. Yeah. Hey.
This movie takes place in a modern fantasy world, and it tells the story of two elf brothers named Ian and Barley Lightfoot. Ian is an awkward teenager. He's smart and thoughtful, but he's shy and lacks confidence.
And then Barley, his older brother, has like way too much confidence. Barley is chaotic and wild and lives his life in the past, really, really, really far in the past. He longs for the days of magic and quests. As you can see, these two brothers are quite different from each other. Barley tends to cause Ian more trouble than good. And while Ian loves his brother, he doesn't want to be like him. And Ian he's a little short on role models because his father passed away before Ian was born. More than anything in the world, Ian wishes he had just one chance to meet his dad.
Please welcome to the stage Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
Wow! Woo! What's up, everybody?
Elf buddies and brothers need a mom. So we have another very important character in this film, the boy's mother, Laurel Lightfoot. We're extremely excited that Laurel will be voiced by the one and only Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Come on out, Julia.
Hey, hello. D23.
Oh, right.
Hello. Wow.
So that brings us to Walt Disney Animation Studios. And they have some magic up their sleeves as well. Disney Animation, as you well know, is the cornerstone of our company, and it's where it all began. And with Chief Creative Officer Jennifer Lee at the helm, so great. The Disney Animation team continues to make amazing films that resonate around the world. Jen herself is an amazing writer and director, as you know, with Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph, among her credits. So Jen, Chief Creative Officer, the stage is yours.
Today, as a D23 exclusive, I get to talk about next year's feature film from Disney Animation coming out Thanksgiving 2020. It's from the incredible directors Paul Briggs and Dean Wellens, who are master story artists, who worked on some of the most poignant moments, Big Hero 6, Frozen, The Princess and the Frog, and Zootopia, just to name a few. It's also our producer, Osnat Shur, which you may know from Moana. She brought that to the screen. And our incredible screenwriter, Adele Lim, who most recently wrote that little story you might have heard of called Crazy Rich Asians. So we're here to tell you about Raya and the Last Dragon. Please welcome Dean, Paul, Osnat, and Adele.
Jen.
Playing the voice of our dragon is the star of Crazy Rich Asians and The Farewell. I'm thrilled to team up once again with the one, the only, Awkwafina.
Please welcome Cassie Steele and Awkwafina.
There's one more film we'd like to talk about today. It's a little labor of love for us that's coming out this November 22nd in theaters. That one, yeah. In 2012, legendary animator and director Chris Buck invited me to join as writer and soon after director with him on a project inspired by the Snow Queen. Please welcome my mentor, collaborator, and partner, fellow director, Chris Buck.
All right.
I was afraid they were going to make us sing, but
We're not going to sing. We are excited to announce that voicing Anna and Elsa's mother is star of Westworld, Evan Rachel Wood.
we also mentioned that our gang ventures to an enchanted forest. And there they encounter Lieutenant Matthias, who leads a group of soldiers who have been trapped in that forest since a fierce battle broke out over 30 years ago. Voicing Lieutenant Matthias is none other than Emmy and Golden Globe winning star of This Is Us and Black Panther, Sterling K. Brown.
So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Evan Rachel Wood and Sterling K. Brown. So as we said in Frozen 2, our gang confronts change, and in the end, nothing will ever be the same.
But luckily, some things never change. Like our incredible original cast for Frozen 1, back for Frozen 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Groff, Idina Menzel, Kristen Bell, and Josh Gad.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Cass. Thank you, D23. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful expo. We thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Well, first of all, we've been waiting for years to be able to tell the world about this movie that we're making about Raya and the Last Dragon, and just to share it first with the D23 Expo crowd, just the warmest, lovingest fans in the world, was just such a rush.
Absolutely. And I think for me too, it's wonderful because we've been keeping it under wraps for so long. I think my family was lying when I said that, when I said that I was working for Disney feature animation. They're like, sure you are. And now we can share it with the whole world.
Well, Disney like lives on the beautiful fans and the people who love the work so much that they make it part of their lives, that we make it part of our lives. So for us, animation takes a long time. We've been working on the film for a number of years, and it's coming out next year, which sounds like a long time. It is not in animation. We're in production. And so for us, the possibility of the first time we let kind of the genie out of the bottle to be at D23 Expo with that crowd. You get on that stage and there are like 7,000 people out there who love the work and who love Disney, and it's just so empowering for us as well.
Oh, wow. Well, sharing Raya was just amazing because I feel like she's really a breakthrough character in terms of being female and being in power and being a warrior and being badass, and it's just such an honor to play her. And the dragon, tell us about the dragon.
The dragon is fun. The dragon is, I think that, you know, it's a very, very lovely partnership that happens. I think as we showed at the presentation, the dragon is both dragon and human. And I think that, you know, dragons have always symbolized something very important in Eastern culture.
It's a rush. I'm gonna need it every morning. You know what I mean? Like I need a whole crowd.
We'll fill out a conference room for you. Yeah.
Exactly. This is what I need. I feel so alive.
Yeah, you didn't have to warm that crowd up, man. They were on fire, which is awesome because, you know, I was watching even the other presentations and I was like, I would love to be here anyway. You know, like this is just awesome. It's so cool.
It's wonderful. We work in animation and things take 5 years to get out into the world, and so to be able to get out of our dark caves and share the movie early with the fans keeps us moving and keeps us going. It gets us excited about finishing the film.
Totally. It's so buoyant, and all of that love and energy coming at us up there, it's just amazing. Yeah, now we can go back and finish it up. Yeah, we shared a couple of scenes. Go ahead, why don't you describe them? Yeah.
Well, for one, we shared the cast.
Yes, exactly.
Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Julie Louis-Dreyfus were all able to make it and see the fans, and it was really a joy to see them all together, and the fans seemed to love it. Yeah. And then we shared 8 minutes or more of the film, which was great to see with the audience. We showed the boys going off on their adventure, and we showed a little bit of magic going wrong on that adventure.
Oh, it's the most incredible audience. I mean, we're huge Disney fans. To have the Disney fans with us, it's like this giant room of love.
It is.
So for us, you know, we're still finishing the film, but to get to roll it out to this audience and give them a taste, and their reception, it just means the world to us.
So for us, it was, you know, it's a labor of love. We love these characters. It was great to be working with them again, work with the actors again. And also take our characters on a new journey, you know, let them mature a little bit, let them grow up. So that was exciting for us, and it was, you know, we're almost there, we're almost done. So
when we were here for the first movie, we definitely could feel the excitement of the audience with the songs, and to get that same warm reception. I mean, from the moment you sort of even alluded to the fact that we were now getting to talk about Frozen 2, you could just feel the audience light up. And then to have the whole cast here to sing one of the songs from the movie, there's nothing like live performances, and this crowd just loved it.
They sang a song that comes early in the movie, opens sort of today in the film after a prologue called Something's Never Changed. And it's this beautiful song that sort of says, here where they are today, and here's the power of this family and the beauty of this family together.
I think it's mind-blowing, honestly. I mean, we've been building up to this. We've been working on this for 3.5 plus, almost 4 years. And, you know, we sit in our story rooms and imagine a world, and we know how great it's going to be. We know how fans are going to love it. And to finally give it to them is pretty special. It's super special.
You know what's really exciting, too, is our family is out there as well with everybody. It's like part of this huge community, and there's a lot of things that they haven't even seen. So even that is really special for us to just share with our families what we've been working on. Yep, so that's exciting.
What we shared on stage was, you know, really about the, you know, impetus for the world itself, how it came about, and really the message behind it. You know, this idea of togetherness, unity, you know, the many versus the one. Sort of that theme is something that we felt really strongly wanted to get in this film. And then delivered, hopefully, some visuals that blew people away.
This is like the purest form of Disney energy, like pure fandom here. And I mean, we've been here as fans before, too, and walking around and seeing the project. So it's just, you feel like it's a it's a part of a community, a Disney community of everybody coming together and just sharing the excitement, the love of this. So it's perfect.
Yeah, I got to say, we're going to go back to work at Disney Animation Studios, energized by those fans. We've been on this a long time, and we're going to be just ready to go, going back. So they've given it back to us in a huge way.
Kind of shared a little of everything. No one knew anything about this film other than the logo. So we rolled out our cast, our first little teaser of what the film was about, who our composers are, our musicians, and it was like being at a rock concert. I think people were really excited to hear anything about this film, so we were happy to be able to share so much.
Well, we announced, of course, our lead is Jamie Foxx, who's an amazing actor, musician, comedian. He can kind of do everything, which is perfect for our lead, Joe Gardner. In the film, he's stuck a little bit as a middle school band teacher, which is a noble profession, but can get a little tiresome. So that's been fantastic. Of course, Tina Fey is the voice of a soul who has not yet been born and doesn't want to be. She's been up at the Great Before long enough, and she's seen enough of Earth to say, look, it just looks like a bummer. I don't want anything about that. And then we'll talk about the rest of our cast.
Yeah, so we also announced Questlove today, Felicia Rashad, and Daveed Diggs. So we're incredibly lucky to be working with such an amazing cast.
And that's just some of our cast.
Yeah.
There's a lot more announcements to come.
My first time here, and I had only heard what to expect until you're out on that stage and feel that energy from the fans. It's kind of indescribable feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a zing of like electricity that's like, wow, so crazy.